What's up? This is Ryan.
Hey, and it's Michael. Welcome to another episode of All Day Unpacked. We are back. It is almost what's end at week 10, starting into week 11 here tomorrow.
Getting late in the
Season's
season.
flying by.
Yep.
So, but it's nice to know neither of our teams are still relevant in the playoff hunt anymore. So it's good. We we can kind of just take the rest of the season and focus on other stuff now. So,
like Mac Jones.
Yeah, like Mac Jones, and we got a new offensive coordinator. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be really awesome to watch the guy who led the vaunted Panthers passing attack last season. Here's the thing. I hope they just let Caleb Williams here's the thing. He's not throwing any picks, and to me, it's like if you're a rookie quarterback, you should be throwing picks. You should be taking chances, and they're just not. He's not taking any chances. Yep. He's got to let that ball rip. It's like throw some picks, dude. Like I'd rather see him lose a game throwing 3 tutties and 4 picks versus throwing what he's doing right now, which is no picks and no interceptions. He's like not taking any risks whatsoever. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So all day, what are we getting into first?
You know what we're getting into first. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse, my friend.
Good. Let's talk about offers. I just want to say that when I first saw offers come up, we all got blasted with all the notifications, and we're like, we're like, what the hell? And everybody's like, offer sucks. This is going to be terrible. But I will say that since the notifications have died down and they fixed that, offers, when you start looking into it, seems like a great thing. I'm really enjoying it. I feel as though this is a good chance for the collectors out there to start collecting some of those moments that, like they sit there and you see something at a certain price and it's just, you can go on different, you used to be able to go on, what was the other one? Evaluate. I don't know. I don't believe you can actually do an offer on Floaty. Can you?
No, you can do offers on Floaty. That's the one you can do offers on, but there's just not as many listings on Floaty, which
correct. It's
and with Floaty, the thing is when you put the offer in, you're putting the offer in on just that one specific, where here you're putting an offer in, you're putting it on everything. But I will say I'm not quite sure what they did to stop the notifications, because it's like you only get notifications for certain ones now. So it's like, I don't know what the rationale is. Like, I can't figure that out. I mean, it's like, if you were to go put an offer in right now on something that I have, sometimes I'll get a notification that it's there, and sometimes I won't. And what's kind of strange
I think if you're the lowest, I think if it's if it's the highest, maybe. I feel like no,
I don't think so, because I'm still getting notifications, but it's really died down. And so
you're saying as a buyer, or as a seller, you're getting the notifications. Okay, yeah.
Not even as a seller, just as a holder. I know I hold a lot of different moments, and I guarantee you there's a lot of offers going in on moments that I own. So what I don't understand, and someone probably knows this, and it's probably in the Discord, but I got to be honest, it's been a busy week, and I haven't had a chance to dig in.
Sure.
But there's some magic to it. I don't know if it's what it is per se, but I've been noticing that. And then the other thing I've noticed is that when I go look at my offers that I'm sending out, some of them are falling off my list. And then when I look in Floaty, I can still see I have an offer active. It's just not the highest offer.
Got it.
There's some weirdness.
It's a new technology. I mean, the whole thing is I haven't noticed that yet. I haven't noticed any of mine falling off. I do know that if you don't have enough money in your account, it'll fall off, but I don't think that's probably what's going on here.
No, I don't. There's something, and again, it's probably something where we need to do a little bit more research, or if someone knows, throw a comment down in the section below and just let us know, because it's eluded us to this point. So it's a little inconsistent, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But the me making offers part has been going well. I've gotten a few moments that, maybe I kind of had my eye on and thought, I don't want to pay, like you said, that lowest price that has been sitting out for a while, throw an offer out. Some got taken, some didn't. So great. I love, it's now it's a balanced equation, right? It's not just sellers dictating prices, it's buyers offering. The thing I kept hearing people, I did spend a little time chatting with folks or whatever and stuff. And the thing that I was hearing was that people felt like, it's going to kill the value of things. It's going to kill the value of things. And I just feel like it doesn't really kill the value of things. What it does is it makes you, it shakes out the people who aren't really in this. And so if you're just sitting on moments and you're just dumping them, well, then then that's, your value is going to get killed. But if, at the same time, it's like the thing that people don't realize is like, you're responsible for your moment's value. Meaning if you don't want to sell it, if someone's offering $5, you don't have to take $5. You can keep it at 10. So it's up to you to set the value and just to hold fast. Like, I think the problem is that too many people are in this asset like it's supposed to be some sort of liquid asset, and it's not. It's meant to be something you hang on to and let it appreciate and value and utilize. And if you're just out there, I think the people who it hurts the most are honestly the flippers. So I'm not so broken up about that.
No, I'm not either. And I feel like, again, I feel like there's this window of time between like now and probably, I don't know, maybe between next season where you're going to get a lot of people that are holding these moments that want to dump them. And there's a lot of these moments that can be pulled out of the ecosystem and are going to go to collectors that are just, people who are holding like Joe Burrow debut is to me the classic example right now. It's just that moment you are getting at a steal and people are just unloading it and unloading it. And it's like eventually,
well, there's 10,000 of them, but yeah,
they are. And eventually those are going to come flying out of the ecosystem and land in the right hands. And the problem with the series 1, series 2 is that there were so many of some of those
there's still so many of some, but yeah, I hear you. But yeah,
that's why I keep saying that when they do these burn challenges, they need to consider that because that will raise up the value. And again, eventually that this is going to shake out and it'll work itself out, but it's just going to take a long time with some of these that they need to jump on it. They need to get like Lamar Jackson down. They need to get Joe Burrow down, Josh Allen down.
Yeah.
All these like big
Justin
dogs.
Jefferson, Jamar Chase.
Yes. I mean, Jesus. I mean, you can see it with Peyton Hendershot. That is the perfect example of what would happen if you get it knocked down enough.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, that it's interesting that moment started to come down too. And it's, if you look at it now, there's 1,300 of it. The biggest thing that does is it just makes that if you're trying to collect the base set of series 2, there's only 1,300 people who can do that now. So it does. Right. It's a nice bottleneck for that, but we're more than halfway through the season, and there hasn't been a single reason to have a complete set. And that's one thing that I've kind of been missing this season is that every season past, there was at least some sort of reward for keeping a set together, right? Like I was rewarded for having like launch codes or for having, the base set or having this. And man, it's crazy, but none of that matters right now. And it's a little bit like, I mean, I get it. There's so many things going on, and there's, it's like you can only do so much. And it's, they've chosen to go with like kind of the leaderboard. Well, they've chosen to go with like the leaderboard and the team leaderboards. And I think that's where they're putting their focus on, like kind of locking in that sense. So, maybe that's why or whatever, but I do kind of miss the, rewarding the collectors in the sense of like, hey, you've got, and the other thing I miss too is the surprise snapshots, like where it's like, hey, surprise, we just snapshotted and whoever had this gets this. Like, man, I loved that kind of stuff just because it was so like, again, it rewards collectors, it rewards people who are loyal to the product and not just people who go out and throw money around at it. So.
Sure. Yeah. Completely agree on that one. I will say this though, the trade-in that they're doing, they got a boatload of them, and I've said this since the beginning, do not stop doing it. Just keep doing more of them. I think the one thing I would like to see, and I just like to touch on it now, is they did a common trade-in where it was like the top 50 and they got a couple packs, I think series 1 packs. And it was like, finally, like, let's get some of those commons out. You had the top 50. I think you had about 12,000 to 13,000 moments that just got wiped. It's like, keep those coming. It's like, I would love to see a bunch of, I'd like to see a series 1 and a series 2. It's like, with all those trade-ins, like you could run about 50 of those and just, again,
and they might. I think that was like, I think they had a good start. Like they did that and they burned, like you said, like 12, 13,000 moments.
Yep.
Great start. There's, they did it for the Munich game, but there's plenty of football left that they can be doing that over.
Oh, so. Absolutely. So again, they're using like the serial numbers to, like you get the jersey serials. They're burning up moments that way. Again, I think they've got that section right. So it's like, just keep that going and then keep the playbook going. And then it's like, I don't know if they've got the staff to do it, but if they could get just some of that surprise stuff that you're talking about, and like, hey, launch codes is coming, and just some of that old school stuff, they could wiggle that in too. I think that they would get this flying in the right direction.
Yeah, and I mean, I think for me, it's interesting too, because it's like you said, like it's the burning is like what's really key right now, and keeping like the council and such. But there's something kind of happening in the background too, which I don't want to get overly optimistic about, but like Bitcoin crossed $90,000, right? It's a little below right now, but we're starting to see another run up of cryptocurrency where this is kind of something we've talked about, right? Where this happens and there's a big cycle it's going to go through, right? It's going to go through Bitcoin, and it's going to go into like the second tier, and then it's going to go into the alts, and then it's going to go into the memes, and it's going to go all over the place. But as people take their winnings out of Bitcoin, out of some of the like major alts and such, some of the more, conservative people, I think, are going to look for other places to put it. And I think that's a really golden opportunity. I think we touched on this a little bit in a prior episode, but this is a golden opportunity for Allday to capture more users, right? Because they're going to they're already in the crypto space. You got a lot of new blood coming in. Get them over here, like get butts in the seats. So that I think that there's a lot of potential coming up here for the, for the future, for the near future, over the next 6 months here for Allday, and for Top Shot, for all of it. So
sure, agreed. And I saw the rare, again, like that top moment that I look at, that Patrick Mahomes rare debut. I feel like that is the moment. And there's a guy, Iowa Fever, that has bought the last 7, 8 of those. And it's like, you can see that he I don't know him as a user. I haven't seen him out there too much, but that's some new blood coming in and, buying 7, 8 of those things. And it's like, that moment is, when you got to figure, if at some point this thing goes anywhere, that moment has to be the one.
And he's bought the last 7 or 8 on Allday. I've seen, I think, I looked, and there's been some floaty and some offers and some other ones that have gone. But yes, he got serial number 13 for 650, which I thought, again, 650 sounds like a lot right now, but again, if this goes anywhere, right, to me, having that, much credit to that guy coming in and just swooping in and getting a bunch of those low, whether you got him on floaty, whether you got him wherever, it's like that guy just came in and just took a bunch for a low price. I look at that. That's a smart move. Yeah. Well, and I think he's a Chiefs fan, if I remember right. But yeah, no, still, that's like, again, you're getting probably like the premium moment of one of the premium moments. So you can't go wrong.
The whole thing is you could sit there and you could argue which moment is the moment. And I'm not even a Mahomes fan, but I got to imagine that's got to be one of them. So even if you wanted to, you could argue for any moment you wanted to, but to me, he's like the face of the product. Again, over time, maybe he fizzles out.
You could make arguments that some of the ultimates or legendaries, just because they're more rare, there's less of them. But how about we say this? That's the most prized rare moment you can get right now. Like that's the best rare. So
yes, or maybe the most prized debut moment that there is.
Yeah. Again, there's a couple legendaries that would give it a run for its money, but sure.
Oh, the Presley Harvin? Sure.
Presley Harvin. Who's the other one? The
Trey Lance.
Oh God! What's funny is Trey Lance has actually held pretty good value for his the guy
terrible.
Literally Dallas is on their backup quarterback. He can't beat out Cooper Rush, dude.
Right. But that is a perfect example of people who hold the moment are not selling it. They're not willing to do it. So again, that's why the value is not going in the tank.
I think part of it too is it's just like, if you've got one of those, you're just like, what are you going to get for it? $100. Yeah. So it's like, you might as well hang on to it.
Right. Now, again, if you had to have series 1 something, then it could come into play. But again, it's not like you're going to play him in playbook. So that's not going anywhere.
All losers edition.
Exactly.
Score the fewest points possible.
I just want to throw this in before I forget. I feel like they should do a celebrations series where they do some of the best celebrations. After I saw the guy pick off the Jaguars and do the ray gun from the Vikings, I feel like they got to do a celebration series. I feel like that would be That'd be kind of cool because a lot of the celebrations
tend to take some of the moments and include the celebrations when they're good like that.
Okay, yeah, maybe they need to do that. But again, I feel like some of the great celebrations get lost along the way. I'd like to see more of that.
I agree with you, but I think include the play just because it's like, like for me, okay. I want to see what was the play that warranted the celebration too.
Got it. So maybe call it celebrations.
You can call it celebrations, but
call it celebrations.
The play is all I'm saying.
Include the play. Yeah. I'm good with that. So either way, I had to throw my 2 cents in there.
Yeah. So all right. So back to offers. So you didn't like it at first. I agree with you. I didn't like. They got off on a bad foot with all those notifications because I think a lot of people were just getting spammed. I know you were. I know I was. Yeah. It was just ridiculous, but nonetheless, they've hashed that out.
Yes,
I'm still not sure. I would love to see, though. It's like what I would really like to see is I'd like to be able to, if I have a moment, I want to go out to that moment's page, and I want to be able to list it or look at the highest offer and just sell it to the highest offer, and you can't do that.
Yeah, like there's a part of me that like if you're putting in an offer, it's like the fact that you don't know and it's kind of blind is that's kind of cool in its own way. I mean, it helps the person making the offer. It's otherwise that the person that's selling can kind of be like, yeah, I see something here, I can wait. But you can get a much better deal if.
Yeah, but I don't like that. It's like I feel like they're doing a disservice to sellers because, like on Top Shot,
don't sell it.
No. But I'm saying here's the thing. I'm saying on Top Shot, if I have a moment, I can go out and I can list it, or I can just see who the highest offer is and I can just sell it for that price. Why wouldn't they give you the same? And I think they're probably working towards it. But like right now, it's like I can't just like go out and just sell that moment. It's like if it.
You can what's crazy put it on the marketplace.
What do you mean?
Well, just I mean, if you want to sell it at a certain price, put it on the marketplace for that price.
For the offer price, you're saying?
Well, right. Like, I mean, you can see, like, you just say, I want to sell it for $6.
That's convoluted. Like, it's convoluted because I can't see that. It takes like multiple screens and clicking back and forth, and it's just not easy, is what I'm saying. It needs to be easy.
The way I see it is, I like the fact that
why shouldn't you be able to take the highest offer on a moment? I don't understand. What's tripping you up here?
What's tripping me up is just like, I mean, the whole thing is, I think what it does is it allows people to, like, especially right now, maybe as time goes on, I can see what you're saying, but right now it's kind of like the Wild West, and it's, to me, it benefits the collectors, because if you're a collector and you're trying to pick up these moments, it's like, again, Matthew Stafford, his debut moment, I'm putting offers out left and right for $1 and I'm getting it. It's like, I'm getting a Stafford debut for $1. It's like, to me as a collector, it's like, that's great. Now, again, if people started kind of like, if you could see what people are offering, that might go up to like $2, maybe $3. I don't know.
Yep.
The whole thing is, it's like, it's keeping the prices low. So if you're a collector, now's the time to just bring them all in, baby, and just like, and start collecting them. And it's like, if people are willing to let them go, then so be it. I'm not selling anything. I'm a collector. I'm not selling. I'm buying.
I hear you. And I'm just saying, but like, if let's say, like for instance, like, if I have, an extra, I don't know, AJ Brown, rare, whatever,
okay,
and I want to sell it, to get money to buy other moments or whatever. I want to be able to just go out and just say like, and just see, it's like, I want to have the option. I want to be able to go out and see what the low list price is and see what the offer price is. And if it's like within $1 or $2, I want to just be able to like flip it, like, I don't want to have to like, it's, again, I think they'll probably get there, but it's missing right now. And it's kind of annoying. That's all I'm saying.
Got it. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, don't you get if somebody offers for that moment, don't you get a notification?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you right now, if I go to my offers, on my items right now, right? Yeah. And I'm looking at like how many offers that I have on my items. I have 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21. I have 21 offers on my offers. I guarantee you that there are more. I have more than 21 moments that have offers on them. So why don't I see all of them? Like, I only see, and I get that part of this is because I'm assuming they're only showing it. Like, I think what's happening is like when you put an offer in, they only send it to like the first 30 or the first 50 randomly or something. Like it's not going to everybody. And so what I'm saying is it's doing a little bit of a disservice to people who are putting offers in, because I don't think the offer reaches everybody. I don't know what they did. I think whatever it was, they did something to like pare down the amount of like pings everybody was getting. But it's like, I don't know.
I mean, my guess is like maybe they just go to the people that are selling the most moments or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, I don't know either. So
yeah,
probably it's probably in the Discord and probably missed it, but nonetheless,
a lot of the offers that I'm putting in are getting taken. I'm not having any problem with.
Again, I think if you're putting in a dollar offer on comments and stuff, like you're putting offers in on very high, moments with a lot of them out there. So yeah, I totally understand that. I'm just saying It's like there is something kind of a little bit off about the offer system right now.
Sure, maybe a little bit.
I just want to see him sort that out. So
okay. I mean, yeah, I agree with you, and I say that like they should get that part solved, but I don't feel like the seller should be able to see what the highest offer is. I feel like I feel like
why?
I feel like you get like an offer in, and it's like you either take it or you don't take it.
Yeah, but then every seller should get the same offer, though. Like what I'm saying is, but that's not happening.
I guess what I'm saying, there shouldn't be a sheet where you like a page where you can go and say, like, you can look in real time and say, okay, there's a higher offer. That you could sit there and wait and be like, okay, wait for a higher one. I see it now. So
why not? That's how every free market works. Yeah. The stock market works the exact same way. The crypto market works the exact same way. Look, it's fine. It's not. I understand that we have a lower amount of traffic and stuff, but why shouldn't there be a list of offers? It's just like, here are the prices people are offering. Here are the prices that people are selling at. It's up to you to make a decision.
I think it's better. Listen, you can change that in the future, but I think it's better for the product right now to be the way it is.
Like I said, I understand if they're doing it because they're just trying to keep it. They don't want. Again, I think the only reason they're doing it this way is because they didn't know how to turn off the notifications, and so they did something to limit it.
Yeah, maybe
that's my guess.
Yeah, that could be it. But I guess to me, it benefits the collector right now. So it's let these people unload them. Let's get some deals.
Speaking of offers and deals, I'm going to make good on a promise that I made in our last episode. So last week we put up an episode. The audio was fucked, and we had to pull the episode down. So sorry about that. We never fixed the audio, but instead what we did was we did an opening video where we ripped 30 of the Chase the Moment packs, we were chasing the Bo Nix Ultimate and the Saquon Legendary, and we pulled 2 Saquon Legendaries. And I said, after I pulled the first one, I said if we pulled another one that I would give away, not a Saquon Legendary, sorry, but I would give away some Saquon Moments. So in the spirit of offers, I just put in 4 offers right now on Saquon Rare Moments. And I put in 4 different offers. I'm going to wait till tomorrow, and however many of the 4 get accepted, I'm going to give those away, 1 per user or whatever. So we're going to give away up to 4 Saquon Rare Moments.
Okay.
And all you got to do to get one is leave a comment on this video. That's it. You can say, I don't care what you say. You can tell us to fuck off. Tell us to fuck off. No, you can't. I don't know if the comments will let that, but just leave us a comment. That'll get you entered, and then we'll pull one at random, and that person will win a Saquon Rare.
Got it. So they don't have to like. They don't have to do anything.
No, all right. Sorry. Okay, let's make them do the shit, right? You gotta like, you gotta subscribe, and you gotta leave a comment. There.
Wow. You sound like the beginning of like every traditional YouTube video.
Yeah, I know. There we go. There it is. Michael and Ryan just sold out. So, but I mean, come on, what the hell, right?
Help us the fuck out.
Yeah, help us out. Jesus Christ. Like, we're trying to get this product out there. We're out here advocating for something we're trying to make all of you money. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, get entered to win a Saquon Rare. And if none of my offers get accepted, I will just go out and buy one and just give one away. So no matter what, we're giving away at least 1 Saquon Rare. So that's the deal. I'll make good on my promise because I did pull a second Legendary, which I did sell to somebody who I knew in the Discord. And so yeah, that's that.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Cool. All right. So we talked about the offers. Let's talk a little bit about Playbook, which is, again, one of those things that, yep. So absolutely nobody won hard mode again. 2 people won the medium mode, but I will say a ton of people won easy mode. So 692 people won easy mode.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's $10 a piece. That
Yeah.
that was a big jump in normally not that many people winning easy mode. So kind of taking a page out of what you were saying, which was give more people a smaller prize. And that's what they're doing, I think. So they passed out almost $7,000 in prize money last week.
Okay.
And then they also, I think it was 874 people won a free 1 moment pack. So shout out Diamond, by the way, for as always giving us the data on that. But what are you thinking? Like, is this the way it should be? Should it be that hard to win the hard mode? I mean, should hard mode be that hard, or
no? Hard mode shouldn't be that. I mean, the way I see it is there should be about 10 people that win hard mode, and like in an average week. There should be about, I don't know, maybe, I mean, I don't know what their finances are, but I got to imagine in medium mode, I'd say like between 30 and 70 that win that. And then I think that, easy should be, I mean, there should be a good amount of people. I don't know exactly how many, but there should be a good amount of people that win. Yeah. But again, it's like hard mode should be hard. It shouldn't be, but there should always be somebody winning. And again, I think that goes back to maybe they should just do hard mode where it's like you're competing against all the other players and the top 10 win. Yeah. That way it's like there's always 10 winners out of the hard. And it's like maybe you can run the easy mode the other way, but I think that's the way to kind of maybe iron out that problem. Yeah, but I do kind of like, again, maybe if they just give away $15 or $20, it's like, again, and again, I know that you say that a lot of people are pulling it out of the ecosystem. I don't know.
I don't think 15 or $20 would get pulled out of the ecosystem. No.
Right.
Again, if you keep prize money small like that, I think if you keep it like $20 or less, no one's pulling it out of the system.
Right.
Once you get over like 50, once you get closer to like 100, then it's worth their while to like go for that. But
yeah, it's just like the way I see it is like you have this $1,500 prize and everybody's shooting for it, and it's like nobody's winning it. To me,
well, 2 people won it last week.
Okay, fine, but again, I think it would be better if a lot more people were winning $20, because $20 kind of goes a little bit further on the marketplace these days than it has in the past. So it's like
true.
I feel like,
but $20, it's like if you're, again, if you've got legendary moments or whatever, $20 is like it's like an insult, right? It's
$20 on the easy.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm saying so what are you saying? You give them on the?
I'm saying that you maybe you reduce it from $1,500 to $1,400 and disperse that extra $100 to the lower prizes.
Well, but here's the thing:
I know more people.
Hundreds of people are winning easy. So you're going to take away more than that.
Nobody's winning the
math
hard.
Doesn't math there.
So the whole thing is, you could give away $1 million for the hard. If nobody can win it, it doesn't matter what the prize is.
Right, but I mean, they're probably. I mean, I would imagine they're I don't know. I don't know what their budget is, right? But I'm imagining they're counting on keeping that number low because. So let's get into this week's playbook. Let's talk this week's playbook. So
they made it easy. Yeah,
hard mode is easy this week.
I mean, there's only 3 things to choose.
Right, but you don't think that they're like so? All right, Nostradamus. Who's going to throw 3 touchdown passes then?
Jared Goff.
You keep saying that, and he keeps not doing it.
Okay, but that's who I'm picking.
Okay. Well,
I mean, you asked me. You said Nostradamus. Who's going to do it? I'm saying Jared Goff.
I don't think he's even an option, though.
Sure he is. They're playing Jacksonville at 11 a.m.
Oh, that's right. They are a Sunday morning game. You're right.
Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence isn't playing.
Yeah. But I mean, you're saying it like Jared Goff throws 3 touchdowns every week or whatever, and it's
but I'm just saying I'm taking a great team that's playing a team that's a little beat up, and the Jaguars are playing on the road. I mean, he's your best option. He's one of your better.
I'll tell you what, I disagree. I think the Lions are going to run a lot of touchdowns in this week.
Maybe they do. I don't know about that. Maybe they do. But
yeah, I mean, it's too bad David Montgomery doesn't have a legendary because he could really use one, but. Jahmyr Gibbs probably is the play there.
There are multiple quarterbacks this week that could throw 3 touchdowns. That's not like crazy talk.
It's like, of course, there are multiple quarterbacks who could, like Burrow.
Let me just say something. Okay, listen. Yeah. Throwing 3 touchdowns is attainable when you're picking 3 touchdowns and somebody who catches over 40 yards, and you combo those 2 things. That's when it gets too tough to call. But when you're saying somebody's...
I think the combo to me that's tough is the second part, which is a running back that's going to, or someone who's going to rush for 2 touchdowns.
That might be a little bit tougher, but that's not unattainable.
None of these are unattainable, but I mean, the point is
they've been unattainable. I mean, there's zeros. This is not going to be a 0 week. I guarantee that.
Well, there's only 3 to hit, so yeah, I hope.
I know. So I'm saying that this is a week where I think there's going to be some winners.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. I mean, again, it depends a lot. I mean, a lot of
Ryan
it depends.
Guarantee there's going to be winners.
All right,
there's going to be 10 or more winners this week.
Hard mode.
Ryan Guarantee.
Wow.
Call me on
it. All right. I like it. I like it when you're putting the balls on the table here. But I mean, a lot of it depends on guys like, okay, it's like what it boils down to is, does a guy like Derrick Henry score 2 touchdowns on the ground against the Steelers?
I mean, he could very, very easily do that. I mean, this could be one of those weeks
where it's defense, though. That's a tough defense to score twice on the ground.
Dude,
I'm not saying he can't do it, but he could do it.
All I have to do is get the ball down to the 1 yard line and he can run it in. Touchdowns are like, all you got to do is cross the line. It's not about like, who drives it down there. A touchdown can be a 1 yard run.
It's Baltimore at Pittsburgh. These games tend to be, kind of physical, tough games. Again, maybe it'll be a shootout. Who knows? But
then you probably shouldn't pick Derrick Henry. But I bet you what, you're going to pick him.
Everybody's going to pick him just because he's like the most. I mean, he's the one that makes the most sense. Unless you want to kind of go for a wild card where you could go for you could try a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs could have a week where he blows off a couple against the Jaguars because they're beat up. You got Jonathan Taylor who could go for a couple just because they're playing the Jets and the Jets have been stinking. And then I'll tell you the one play that I think some people maybe aren't even considering would be running a quarterback. Yeah. What about a guy like a Josh Allen running 2 in against the Chiefs? Like the Chiefs are bend but don't break. Yeah, or Lamar. I mean, what's crazy is Lamar is the most passing touchdowns. If you look at when you go to passing touchdowns per game, Lamar Jackson's number 1. Who saw that coming? I mean, it's probably off of a couple games, but yeah. It's not well, it is, but he's had a few games where he's been passing. Like, it's again, they're playing the run. They're saying beat us through the air, and he says, all right, I'll do that. Yeah. I mean, that's why he's getting talked about for an MVP again. Yeah. I'd like to see him win more playoff games, not get an MVP. I think him and Jared Goff are in the same boat, right? I think they're both in the MVP conversation, but it boils down to like winning. Well, one's going to a championship game and one's not. How do you know that? Because the 49ers went to the championship game with the Lions. Oh, last year you're saying? Yes, I'm saying that Lamar Jackson's not sniffing in anything near that. What are you talking about? He hasn't been to it. They were within striking range of the championship game. Were they in the championship game last year? It was Chiefs and Ravens, and the Chiefs moved on, and who did the Chiefs play last? No, the Chiefs played the Dolphins. They beat the Dolphins because it was cold in Kansas City. Yeah. Then they played the was Chiefs, it the Ravens? The Ravens. They beat them, and then who they play in the champion? I think it was like an easier game. It was the Bills again. Was it the Bills again? No, the Bills lost to the Bengals in a snow game. Wasn't that last year? Oh, God. No. We're going to have to look this up. This is sad. The Bengals didn't even make the playoffs last year. Was that last? Okay, maybe I'm getting years confused. Yeah, you gotta catch up to 2023 there because that was the. Hang on. All right. It was Lions, Buccaneers, Ravens, and Texans. Yeah, the Texans lost to the Ravens, so the Ravens beat them. Yep, the Chiefs beat the Bills, so maybe that was a championship game. That's what I told you. Ravens, Chiefs. You didn't tell me that was a championship. Did I not say that? Okay, anyway. So, the Ravens lost by a touchdown to the Chiefs, just like the Lions made it to the NFC Championship game. So, yeah, you're right. You're right. I think Lamar's got a little bit more to prove than Jared Goff, considering Jared Goff's been to a Super Bowl. But yes. I mean, you can say that, but I will also say Lamar Jackson is like, when you just like look at like what they bring to the table, he is just way more dynamic and so much more. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But so Jared Goff's like wins and losses, baby. He's okay. Well, you know what? Hey, here's the thing. Let's see what happens this year. Right. We'll see how it plays out this year. Obviously, the Lions look fantastic. Look, hey, and the Ravens all for the Lions have never won a Super Bowl, so I'm all for new blood. I know you're all for new blood. I see you're wearing your almost Honolulu blue today. So
no, this is actually that gray.
No, your shirt.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about my Jaguars hat.
No, I know. I see your Jags hat.
Yeah, okay.
It's good that you get those for $5 now, though, because no one wants them anymore. So
yeah, they're always on sale. They're always on sale.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
never out. They never sell out. So
never. It's like you can always get the pick of the litter. That's one benefit of being a small market team fan. So
yeah, that's right.
I get that. Yeah.
All right.
I'm
gonna make an offer in on your hat here. Hold on. You'll see it coming across here pretty soon.
I'm not gonna get the offer though.
I think you might though, because there's not a lot of people who own it. So I think you'll get it.
Okay, so
all right.
I got one for you. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about commons, rookies, values dropping. What do you think about that? I see Caleb Williams going.
Yeah, I mean, have you watched him play lately?
I'm just saying, like, even Jaden Daniels is like getting down at like 90.
So they're losing in. So here's why: because they've lost.
I know why, but what do you think about it? Well, go ahead and say why.
You tell me why.
Well, because everybody's trying to do this this legendary shit. It's like that the time has passed for these. They don't need them anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, and part of it is they probably weren't inflated. They were probably inflated a little bit. When I look at the number there are of those rookie moments, and you look at like that compared to, like let's take like give me another quarterback rookie like CJ Stroud, right? So CJ Stroud. His rookie moment's $200 right now, like 185, somewhere in the 200 range, right? And there's 300 of those. So these moments are 5 times that. So you take 200, you would divide that by 5. And so the CJ Stroud of this class, that would tell you then that means that the Jaden Daniels should be somewhere in that $40 range. Now, he won't be because he's still usable. Ultimately, when you get to the legendaries, it's not just, I mean, you can trade in rares to get the legendaries, but also having the moments and locking them will add value. So these moments still have value. And I'll just say this right now, because first of all, you can't really hide anything on the blockchain, but I'm going to say this, like I'm getting, I like the rares and I'll collect a rare or two. But if I'm collecting Jaden Daniels and I look at, I have one of his rares, great. That's all I need. But if you ask me, do I want 4 or 1 rare or whatever I get now for that, 6, 7 commons? Right. I'm taking the commons, man.
This is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this stays like the best kept secret. Malik Neighbors is $39 and I'm just kind of like, I'm like that gif where the guy's hiding behind the tree, just going like this. That's me just watching that thing come down. Brian Thomas Jr. It's like, these are I wanted the debut moments. I don't even want the legendary. I don't even care about the legendary. I just want the debuts.
They matter in like playbook. They matter in certain other things.
Yeah, but they'll come down. And by the time it gets to next year, those will, they'll be on to like some other rookie, and all those moments will start to like drop in value. They won't. They'll have some value, but they'll drop.
Yeah. So I'm kind of in the middle. Like I'm definitely interested in trying to make some of, because again, there's 6 free legendaries you can get. So if you're on the top 50 on the boards, if you're in the top 50 for any of the 5 finalists for offensive rookie of the year or the defensive rookie of the year, that's a free legendary in your pocket. So
how much is that legendary you think going to be worth?
That's a really good question. And
I think that's the question that a lot of people aren't asking themselves.
Well, here's what I'll say. I'm not really worried about what it's worth. I am more of a like collector in the sense of like, I would like, like as far as like, I don't mind. I'll just earn my Jaden Daniels legendary and that'll be the one that I keep. Like,
I guess what I'm saying is like, let's say it was worth $450. Okay. It's not going to be.
I think Jaden Daniels will be worth more than $450.
Right. But I guess what I'm saying is, if it's only worth $450, is it worth going through all this just to get a legendary that's worth $450? No.
Is it? No, of course not. But that's not the only reason you do it. For me, like, I'm a collector. I'm a long-term guy. And when I think about like Jaden Daniels or whoever, pick your guy, Brian Thomas Jr. Let's take Brian Thomas Jr. Because
I'm just saying like people are overpaying for these commons and then burning them. So they're paying like for Jaden Daniels, they paid like $100 and some, and then they're burning like 10 of them.
Yeah.
All that to get a rare. And then so they can turn around and burn that to get and so I guess what I'm saying is at the end of the day, is it worth going through all this just to get this legendary?
That's I think for some people the answer is yes, and here's why. Because just like we're looking longer term at like we're thinking in 3, like again, crypto's up, people start coming in, Jaden Daniel fans come in, and here's what they're going to say. They're going to go, okay, I'll buy one of his debut comments for $100 or whatever, right? And then maybe they're like
40,
whatever, yeah. And I'll take a rare, and oh wow, only the special, only the really hardcore, super awesome, real Jaden Daniel fans have this legendary. Like that's, and so
100 of them.
There's 100 of them, right? Or no, there's 50 of them. There's only 50 of them, and so
I thought there was going to be 100 of them.
No, there's going to be 2. There's going to be 2 moments and 50 of each moment, most likely.
Right. So there's going to be 100. So like again, so if you,
but they're going to be different because I mean, here's the thing: one of them is going to be the Hail Mary, and so you're going to be like, "Oh, I was at that game," or "I was da 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 da." Okay. You're going to want that moment. Anyway, my point being is there's going to be that moment that you know that people are that they're going to seek, and so I think the thought is that you want to be part of that exclusive club that has these special moments that are going to be worth a lot because they're the original. And the reason I'm saying this is not, again, I'm looking at the kind of the Top Shot model. So when you go over there and you look at like Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, the star rookies from last year, the value of those moments is actually carried over pretty well to this year. Now it'll be interesting to see now as like Wembanyama's like getting some new moments, and like so now that like they kind of held off as long as they could, but now that market's going to start clouding with new moments. So it'll be interesting to see what that does to the other ones. But I think the idea is that like you want to have the exclusive, like you got some people who are just fans of the player, some people who are fans of the team, and they want to just have that exclusive moment, just like you would want to have like, you know, like as a Jags fan, if you could earn that Brian Thomas legendary, you'd want it. Like you would take it, wouldn't you? Like you would want to have a guy you liked.
I would, but I mean, I guess the thing about me is the way I see it is I want the Brian Thomas Jr. like debut. And when it was $7, I bought it. And then it went way up to $20-some. And I thought that that's silly. And so I'm just going to wait for it to come back down. And so I'll get more of those. And then the rare, people are going to have the rare, and then they're going to eventually get rid of the rare because they want the legendary. And then that's going to come down, and then I'll pick up the rare then. And the legendary will be worth something. And then I'll wait until just about next season when everybody gets really hyped about next year's crop of rookies. And then the Brian Thomas Jr. legendary will start to drop, or maybe by like week 3. Yeah. Maybe it'll start to drop down, and then I'll just pick it up then because they'll probably make another one for that season as well. So it's like, I guess like to me, the thing that I'm taking away from this is like, why do I need them now?
And you know what? So here's the thing: your patience will pay off, but most people don't have that level of patience.
I understand that, but I think that's the hole in the product that I think that I just, it blows my mind that most people can't see is like that. Like again,
that's the hole in the product. I think. Like again, no. So here's the problem. Here's the thing. Your method relies on this product staying beat down with a low user base. So you're counting on 100% because
I mean, if a million people
think about how it was in the beginning when there was a lot more people and moments were a lot harder to get. Think of the values then. You weren't getting any legendaries. Like that was a very special thing to get. And so but you're spoiled right now because legendaries are shit. Like the prices are super low.
That just means that I'm just playing.
No,
I mean the market.
You meaning everybody. We're all spoiled.
I understand that. Yeah. But I'm just saying it's like the market is what it is. I mean,
I know. And so what I'm saying is you're counting on the market to maintain. And so if it does, then you're right. But let's say you're wrong. And I'm not saying you are, but let's just say, you are. And a bunch of people come in off of the crypto thing and start buying, and all of a sudden there are a bunch of Jaguar fans and there are a bunch of Brian Thomas Jr. fans, and they're like, shit, these rares are only $50. I'm going to buy a few. And then all of a sudden that kind of what you're waiting for to happen of this small group to lose interest, that's not the same anymore.
Well, then I just got to wait for him to get hurt. Which tends to be another indicator right there. Or again, have like three bad weeks in a row. I'm just saying, like, again,
partially yes, but you're not. But what I'm saying is that, like, again, you're counting on the user base staying beat down and low, And you may very well be right. I'm not saying, like, again, there's no indication that the product's growing, so you're not wrong right now. But
I guess what I'm saying is that, okay, let's just say you're right. And I don't get that Brian Thomas Jr. legendary because the market goes up. But I've gotten all the commons and I got the rare, but I never got the legendary. And you're saying the market goes up. So then I'm sitting good either way, right? So I guess to me, it seems like a safer way to play it than sitting there trying to chase these down. And again, I understand that's part of the game, but what they're not doing is, like, they're not making these moments relevant now. They're making them relevant down the road. And I think that that's the hole in the game. That
I think you mean the opposite of that. They're making them relevant now. They're not making them relevant down the road.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that, like, like you have a Brian Thomas Jr. comment, and it's like, it doesn't really, like, it doesn't help you in playbook that much. Like if they said you can only take the rookies that are commons and you could have applied them as legendaries, then that would have made the price skyrocket, right? Because then they would have been like, oh, okay, now I could take the Brian Thomas Jr. common because they only have that one. They don't have the legendary, and I can apply that as a legendary and use it in the hard playbook. Then people would have been trying to get, many more of those. That's what I'm saying. It's like if they would have found a way to make those relevant, or had a rookie playbook where it's just the rookie moments and had a playbook specific to that, then they would have been more usable. But there was no real use outside of the idea that you could use them for the leaderboards.
I hear you. And I think, I mean, part of it too is it's like, I'll be interested to see how it just plays out, because it's like the demand for utility of these moments is very strong. Yeah. And it's like the collectability of it is low. So, which to me is kind of backwards, right? Like, I don't know. It's like what I think you're competing against, or what the market you're trying to capture, are the people who would be the same people who would have either previously owned football cards, or at some point in their life owned football cards. And that's, like, to me, those are the people that are going to come in and be collectors. But instead, you have a lot of people, like, again, just like any market, there's a lot of people in who are just there to, like, try to, like, make money. Like that, like, that's all they're there to do, is they just look at this as like, can I, like, I want to get moments, I want to use them in playbook, I want to try to make money that way, I want to try to, like, buy a bunch of packs and then flip them, or pull the right moment and sell that or whatever. And like, that's what they're there for. And so that's fine. I'm not saying, like, those people are going to exist just like they exist in any other product in the free market. But there's not, like, what there's not enough right now is just base collectors who just, like, again, it's like, it's crazy because it's like when you think about, like, a common moment being 7,500, like that, like, there should be more than 7,500 people who want to collect, like, just like back in the day, you would collect. I mean, I remember when we were kids, we would collect baseball and football cards, and you would just want the whole set, like, and that's what you were striving for. And so, that there needs to be more of people in the market with that mentality.
But the other thing that you would do is, like, like, for instance, Jerry Rice, you would try and stack a bunch of Jerry Rice, and so, like, to me right now with offers is your time to stack Joe Burrows, Josh Allen. It's like, just stack them. And the whole thing is, it's a bigger amount to wear through. But again, if they use those for trade-ins and start burning a bunch of those, and then the people bringing them in, those numbers will get knocked down. I mean, these players are getting, I don't want to say near the end of their career, but it's like, it's getting a little late in the game. They need to knock these down. They need to make, this is what I'm going to say, they need to make Series 1 and Series 2 very sought after. Knock them down. Because again, I feel like when people come into this, if Series 1 and Series 2 are hard to get, there's gonna create that FOMO. Like, oh, I better get them before they go away. They're not creating that. Like, knock them down. Knock them fucking down.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of it is that it's, you don't want to knock them down so far that when people get in, that it's just unattainable. And so I think, I mean, that's a good point. I guess, why not, right? Because they weren't there for the beginning, so why not? It's
not even that, but it's just like, again, like, if everybody's talking about, there's this one moment on this own the moment football thing, and it's worth like, it's kind of like the Berkshire,
it was the LeBron James of Top Shop, where there was one that was worth $1 million,
right? Or like a Pokemon card that's like, like, there's so few of them, and it's like everybody's talking. It builds up like this mojo about it. Again, knock them down, so it's like people are like, you can't even get the complete set without doing this and doing that, and then people start fighting. That's where you get, like, influencers, and people are like, I'm going to go in and I'm going to buy it. And then all of a sudden everybody, they make a video about it. And then all of a sudden people are like, well, what is this? It's like, you got to create that mojo. And it's like 10,000 ain't a mojo right now.
Yeah, no, and that's a fair call out. Like I think the other part of it too is just getting people to understand and kind of get on board with the concept. And that's the piece that's kind of missing. So I agree with you. It's like that's the other piece of the mojo that needs to be kind of that piece of the puzzle. And so again, we'll see what comes out of this next kind of bull run that's starting up here, it looks like. And it could be a really interesting next year for this product.
Yes. And I just want to get in this. The thing that they should do is they should take the Series 1 debuts and knock those down, because I feel like that, like if you can't get a debut of somebody, or it's really hard to get a debut of like a really good player, like that's what builds up, like, it's so hard to get a Josh Allen for some reason. Like if you can get that Josh Allen debut, oh my God, it's so fucking hard.
Well, the Mahomes honestly is the one to do it with, because it's already down to $8.99, and there's
it's like to me it's like that. I mean, these are fucking slam dunks. Just go after it and see what happens. Like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? I mean, a Mahomes debut that's so hard to get, that starts going up in value. Like, let's say it was worth $15,000 and there was only 37 of them left, and people would be losing their minds. Like, how do I get this thing?
Yeah.
And then somebody, some influencer comes in and buys one, and then they make a video about it, and it becomes a thing. Then Patrick Mahomes comes in and buys one of himself. I mean, it's just like, that's where you build like I don't know. That's, you got to have that desire for people to get in. And right now it's just like, I could come in and get one, no problem.
Yeah. So I'm looking right now, and it's, there's 839 left. So
I think you got the perfect moment right there. Take the Mahomes, create another fucking there's a million Mahomes moments. So take the debut and make it unattainable.
Yeah.
And let us buy him up first and then do it.
Well, that's the trick. What are you going to do to make people burn a Mahomes rare, like that debut rare? Like, it's got to be like, you know what I mean? You're not going to just do it for nothing. So there's got to be something special on the other end of it.
Here's what it be. Super Bowl Ultimate.
Yeah.
This year, Super Bowl, create an ultimate moment, make it a Mahomes and like two other people that are like maybe
actually just make it a Mahomes debut trade-in auction. That's all you do. You burn Mahomes debuts. The top 10 burners of Mahomes debuts get the ultimate.
You could even do it like the Chiefs are probably going to be near the championship game. You can pretty much bank on that. So I mean, you could almost save it for one of the playoff rounds, and then just.
I like. Oh, sorry to cut you off, but like I like the idea, because here's why. He was the Super Bowl MVP last year, right? So you make it the Super Bowl MVP for this year.
Okay.
And you say the top 10, here's how you get the new Super Bowl MVP ultimate moment. You burn last year's Super Bowl MVP debut moments. The top 10 burners get the ultimate moments. End of story.
Right.
And then that would get you, I'm thinking
how many would you get though? Like for an ultimate moment I mean, let's say,
I would say you'd probably get like 10 times. You'd probably get 100.
Would that be enough?
It's a start. I mean, dude, tell me a way to get 100 Mahomes. There's not a faster way to get those things burnt.
Yeah. I guess, unless they did they could do the Super Bowl MVP and they could do somebody else. They could do two ultimates.
I'm telling you right now, like if you go look at Mahomes right now, like I'm going to pull him up, right? Okay. Yep. So Mahomes debut, there are 839 of them. Okay.
Right.
There's only 61 for sale. Now, I know there's 97 of them are locked. 54 still in packs. So there's like 627 just kind of floating around. If 100 moments just disappeared, that would significantly impact this moment. Like,
yes,
that's almost 15% of the moments, the number of those moments. It's more like 12%. But point being, that would take every moment on the market right now, and some of them are unreasonably priced. But that would take all 61 of those plus 40 more that would be listed. I mean, I think that would definitely alter the price significantly.
Right. I think what they could do, again, maybe they could do like some type of like dapper balance or something to like, like sweeten it. Like you get like like an ultimate plus some DAP, like sweeten the pot where it's just like,
I don't. Yeah, I hear you, but at the same time, I don't think there's enough whales to like. Because here's the thing, like, there's got to be 10 people who are going to be willing to burn those moments, and I don't know if there's enough people in the ecosystem. I don't know if there's enough right now to do that.
Yeah.
There's a few guys, but I don't know if there's 10.
I'm wondering if you could do something where, like, maybe like I know there's only 10 moments, but somehow do the top 20. Like where, if like, let's say, I don't know how you do it, but something where, like maybe you're not guaranteed that one, but maybe it's like you get in like the hunt for it. You know what I'm saying? So more people would be willing to burn one.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do that, then it's gotta be like 100 or something. You know what I mean? There's because no one's gonna burn more than one to like. That's a pretty big ask to get a shot at something.
No, I'm not saying to get a shot, but I'm just saying like it could be. Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean,
yeah, I think your best way is to just do straight burns for straight, like just ratchet up competition.
Okay. Let me throw this out. So you do an ultimate and a legendary. So you're guaranteed a legendary at minimum. So they give away a legendary of something and they give away the ultimate. So they give away, there's like, let's say there's 40, 50 spots. There's 10 ultimates. And
again, there's not enough big dogs to make it like, I hear you. I like where your head's at. I like that you're thinking it through here, but there's not enough big dogs to make it worthwhile.
What I'm saying is instead of going for the big dogs, go for the onesies.
I don't think a lot of onesies would be willing to burn, a $500 or $400 moment.
You don't think so?
Se. I don't know. I guess there's only one way to find out, but I would hate to be, like that could be a big mistake on their part.
Right. I mean, okay. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, there's one way to guarantee that you would do it, and that would be the legendary. Anyway, the point being is take the time, put it in the boardroom, sit there and think about it, but take that Mahomes rare and start knocking it down.
Yeah.
That's the way.
I like where you're, I like that idea. I like where you're going with that, but, it requires a little bit more thought, a little bit more thinking through, I think right now. That's all.
A little bit more of the thinkings.
Yep. All right. Well, anything else you wanted to go over today, or you want to wrap it up here? And,
I'm ready to wrap this thing up and watch my Jaguars get tanked by the Lions. And yeah, I'm willing to take it on the chin and enjoy my weekend.
Yep. Jordan Love throwing 3 touchdown passes against the Bears this weekend. I'm booking that one.
Got it. Yeah. I don't think your Bears look good. So yeah, it's going to be a shitty one.
Yep.
But hey,
all right.
Hey, 10 people win in the hard mode. Book it.
All right.